Hope Channel, changing lives.
A wonderful evening to you, my dear, lovely viewer. We are so grateful that God has given us opportunity for us to meet once again on Family Life, your program that has been designed to support families, to encourage, to inspire, in order for us to be able to hold on to our faith and our strength in our family lives. Today we are coming on your way with a new topic. We are calling it time management in families, and we are so glad that you are there with us. Today we are going to let you join us as early as possible. We want you to share your thoughts with us, so you can reach us on our WhatsApp line. We want you also to call in, so you can call in and share your thoughts on the topics we are going to discuss. If you have questions or if you have any suggestion, you can just call in or send a WhatsApp message. We will hear you. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, so we acknowledge all our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you find yourself today, you can join us in the discussion. Just as I always do, I have my wonderful guests here, and I will introduce them to you very soon. I have one joining me on Zoom, and then one on studio. Another man will also join us. So very soon we are going to have a very interactive section. I have with me Mrs. Constance Abuaje Ejapon, and then Madam Lydia Asarebediakon joining us on Zoom. Madam, how are you? We will also be joined by another gentleman who is called Daniel Tufo. Very soon he will be here. When he comes, you'll see how lovely he is and how they are poised to give us information concerning how we'll be able to manage our time. So let me quickly go to my Constance, who is in studio with me. And as you know, I'm your usual host, Mrs. Betty Adom. You are welcome to Family Life. Madam Constance.
Auntie Betty.
In fact, why did you decide to sparkle today?
I am sparkling. Ooh. Thank you.
How are you?
I am very well.
How was work?
Oh, work was lovely. There was a lot to do today, but we had to prioritize what is important and get it done on time so that we can meet our deadlines for proper time management.
You will never stop amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's wonderful having you once again.
Thank you.
In fact, we said we are doing women grooming, and by God's grace, the month of March, we were able to talk about women. When I go to the last one that we did, in fact, a lot of people are commending you that you've done very well.
Thank you.
Your lovely viewers love you.
Thank you. Lovely viewers, we love you back.
We also want to appreciate you, my lovely viewers, for always having time with us on Family Life. Without you, Family Life will not be Family Life. And so continue to interact with us. We are so glad that you have us on your set every evening. We are going to our time management, and I want to acknowledge one person who has always been very supportive in terms of all the things that we are doing. And such person is just here in the studio with us. Madam Constance, you are well acknowledged.
That looks like a surprise. Thank you. I didn't see this one coming. Thank you.
We want to surprise you because we appreciate the effort you have put in supporting Family Life.
Thank you. And I'm also happy for the opportunity to always share my knowledge with your lovely audience.
Okay. And then there is another woman who joined us and is so proud to always be with Family Life. Madam Lydia Asarebediakon. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also fine. Nice to have you once again on our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
We thank God. We thank God so much for your life. How has the week been?
Bit hectic, but it's been well.
Okay. So we are starting with you on our time management.
Okay.
We just want you to help us to understand, because we've noticed that Parental principle is saying that 20% of our time put in everything give us 80% of our results. And so walk us through time management. When we talk about time management in lives of families and women, what are we talking about here?
Okay, thanks very much for this opportunity. And I want to say hello to all your viewers today. Time management is very critical in every family setting, I might say. And it's something that every woman or everybody needs to take seriously, because you wake up early in the morning, and if you don't plan your time, it wouldn't end well for you. So simply, I would say time management is scheduling your daily activity efficiently to be able to achieve a satisfactory result for the day. Simply put, Auntie Betty.
Thank you so much. Constance,
Yes.
time management. She has simply put it.
Yes.
So you to simply expand it.
So I think that Auntie Lydia has nailed it.
Okay.
And the only little I can add is it's all about prioritizing what you need to do at what time of the day and at what time of your life to get the best out of your 24/7. So that is how much I can expand it, because she said it all.
Okay. And so we are happy to introduce to you our guests, our male guests. Always we have been giving you female for the past 3 weeks, and we have been giving you female. Today we have a male guest here with us, and he is Mr. Tufuo Danny. Yes. Mr. Tufuo, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he is a Chief Executive Officer, that is CEO, of a company called ESLA.
Yes.
It's about health program.
Yeah, health is an aspect of the things we do at ESLA Group. We have a gender aspect, we have a leadership aspect and all that. So health, we have the ESLA Group health program, as part of the modus operandi of the organization.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
And how are you?
I'm doing great.
And how is your day?
Well, it's been very hectic. So much to close for the holidays. So you can imagine trying to put pieces together so that at least we can close the weekend, the long weekend, well.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So they have begun already. We are on the topic time management, as you know. And the women have simply put my time management. I want you to add something. Why do we even have to talk about time management among families?
Well, I will take it from this perspective.
Okay.
And I would like to state that time is life.
Okay.
People sometimes pay attention to things that I don't see to be so necessary. Money. Money is not actually the essence of life. It's actually time, which is the essence of life. Because if you're able to utilize time in its appropriate manner, you are going to get a lot of money. So they say time is money, but time is actually life. So your ability to manage your time well determines how well you are going to live, how satisfied you are going to live, how you are going to achieve so much in life. So time is actually life.
So now you've defined time, not money again, but time is life.
Exactly.
She's bringing in a different thing. Let's quickly go on. We want to see areas that we need to pay attention to when it comes to time management in home, in our society, everywhere. Do we really have areas that we need to pay attention to? So I'll go this way and then straight to Zoom. So continue for me as you start.
All right. So when it comes to the areas that we need to pay attention to, I would say that it depends on the individual. For instance, some may decide to prioritize office responsibilities depending on what you gain from that side. Some may also decide to prioritize the family aspect. So it depends on the individual. And when we are looking at family, sometimes you only pay attention to husband, wife, children. But there are a lot of people who are actually living as families. There are people who are living with their siblings. It's a family.
Yes.
I mean, people who have adopted people, they are living with them. It's a family. So your ability to actually manage all those places, I mean, those people around you, be it your husband, your wife, your adopted children, your siblings, even at the workplace, the people you work with, they are part of, I mean, your family. So every aspect, I would say, is very important, but it depends on the exigencies of the time, the period in which you are putting it in perspective. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to say that maybe spending time with my husband is more important than spending time with my children. Mm-hmm. Every one of them is very important, but depending on what is necessary at a particular point in time.
Okay. So knowing what is necessary at a particular point in time management, what would be the key things that I need to look for when I want to plan my time, either for the day, for the week, or for the month?
Yeah. So we've got what we call the priority matrix.
Okay.
And when we talk about priority matrix, we talk about 4 segments. We have some things that are so necessary that you need to get done. You have some things that you should spend very little time on. We have some things that you can put to do later on. Okay. And there are things that you can totally avoid. So in looking at some of the things that you need to really prioritize on, look at the things that you can manage. Mm-hmm. What is so important and urgent right now? Those are usually the short-term details that needs to get done now. When those things are not done immediately, it could cause a lot more trouble. And those ones you need to focus and get them done. Mm-hmm. The ones that you can put to later are the items that are they are urgent, but they are not so important. So they seem to be trying to demand your time. They could be disruptive to your itinerary for the day. However, they are not so essential, and you can always put them for later. Mm-hmm. And there are some things that does not bring value to you at all. And those are the things that you should, as much as possible, try and avoid in your day. So if you know that maybe, let's say, bring it to the home, to women and kitchen. If you know that there is some food that you need to fix today, you want to fix today, however, you're not even going to eat that today, and it is going to take your time, which could have been put to use for other things, you can put that to later and get it done after you have prioritized all the other details of your life. So at every point in time, we need to know how urgent and important the things that we are dedicating time to is before we make such commitments.
Okay. Madam Lydia, must I always have to have a plan for my life? Can't I have everything in my head that, oh, when I wake up in the morning, okay, I will do this, I will do that? Or can't I say that, no, the work is there, let me just do it anyway? Must I always have plan for my life when it comes to time?
Yes, Auntie Betty, it's very, very critical in our daily life. It's always said that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So as a woman, I would say women are very, very time conscious when it comes to planning for the family. Because for me, for instance, before I wake up, I have all my plans in my head to execute. I know that I wake up in the morning, I had to get this done, just A, B, C, D done before I dash to work. I get to work, I have to put down my tasks for the day. And as Constance said, you have to prioritize what is important, less important, those that you need to delegate, those that you need to see that I would have to postpone this to the next day. So planning is very, very critical in time management. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. Thank you.
Okay, so the impact, let's see whether time itself really have impact in terms of our work, finances, children, outbringing, and all the areas that we are having as a family, because we want to consider the entire thing in the spheres of family. So if, for instance, I don't plan my time well, or I don't put my time on people, just as we are talking about, does it really have impact?
Yeah, it has a very great impact on life. I once listened to a prolific female politician in Ghana.
Okay.
I mean, she's very successful in terms of political achievement. I mean, she's been an MP, she's been a minister, she's achieved a lot. But she admitted that she has failed as a mother, in the sense that her focus, I mean, she didn't pay so much time on her children's upbringing.
Okay.
So when you don't plan your time well, it has effect on every aspect of life. So you don't pay too much attention on other areas and leave the other ones aside. That's why I made the statement that, I mean, you don't say this one is more important than the other. Each of them is important, but like in Akan, they say that your ability to apportion the appropriate time for every one of them makes you, I mean, a victor in time management. So it has a serious impact on life if you fail to apportion the right time for the various things around you.
I just don't want us to generalize. Let's come to home. Let's come to the home in terms of the child upbringing from the scenario you just gave. What can we say was the impact? What specific areas do we think that it will really negatively impact the children? If mommy is not home and he's not managing her time, but money is there, TV is there, everything is there, what's next? So what is the real impact that it will have in the house?
You know, when children are growing, they need to be guided. They need to be directed. It is for that reason that our constitution as a country, I mean, you give the child's free will to him or her at the age of 18 and above. But below it, you need to keep an eye on the child, because they don't always get it right. So as a mother or as a father, you need to always be there to be guiding them. So in your absence, even though enough of money there, you can have a lot of housemates, you can have a lot of TVs and all, what have you. But the fact that you are not there to direct the child, even sometimes the content they watch on TV, sometimes mother or daddy has to be there to be, you know, directing them as to which one is child content, which one is adult content, when to even go and learn, when not to go and learn. Sometimes when children are growing, they are picking certain habits from school, their colleagues and all that. If mommy doesn't have enough time, if daddy doesn't have enough time, they grow with it. But because you have time for them, you come home when they are playing with their siblings, they pass some of these comments. Because you are available, you're able to direct them. So if you are not available, it's going to have a negative impact on them, and it is going to affect their upbringing. And excuse me by my language, they may become irresponsible children, and they may end up even creating problems for you when they grow.
Okay. So from your point of view, Constant, at workplace, if somebody is not time conscious,
sure.
How does it affect the person's work?
Usually it impacts on the person's performance, and it shows all through.
Okay.
Because if you don't know how to prioritize your time in the workplace, you will not be able to achieve all the targets that have been set for you in line with your performance contract. To say, it's interesting I'm talking about performance contracts over TV at this time. So everything has to be achieved within a certain period of time. For instance, in the workplace, we have budgets for every year. So if your organization has a set budget running from January to December, and if by October you have not been able to meet a lot of the details that you have set in the budget for the year, it becomes very difficult for you to play catch up in the last quarter of the year to achieve the results that you want to. So it is very important that people in the workplace use their time essentially. And there is another side that we call the work-life balance when we come to managing our time. If you decide to use all your time to just work, without also apportioning some time to rest or taking a break, you could break down. And I think it connects to what Danny was talking about. If you don't pay attention to certain things in your life at certain times, you will have to spend some extra time and extra money in the future to fix all those that you have watched to break or you have actually contributed to break. It's just like the children part. If you don't pay attention to your children whilst they are growing up, soon you could have these children, and the time that you feel to spend to guide them right, you have to spend double, triple that amount of time trying to guide them back to the right path. So it is very important that as parents, as work colleagues, we watch our time and how we utilize our time well in the workplace so that we can be productive and achieve a lot of results in line with what our performance contracts are expecting us to achieve within a budget year.
Okay. But Madam Lydia, in area of finance and husband management, okay, how does poor time management affect these two areas? Your husband and your finance?
With the time management, and I would say managing your husband, you know, as a mother in the house or as a wife, you are the key manager in the house. So you manage your children, you manage your husband, okay? In managing your husband in this time management episode, you have a key contribution in how you get involved with every decision that is being taken at home. I just wanted to add on to what my dear friend said at the studio in bringing up the family together, okay? When your children are growing, you as a mother, you have the onus is on you to to take the children along in timing them in whatever they do. You know, the time they wake up, you have to imbibe in them that at 5, 6, you have to wake up. When I was bringing up my kids, we stayed closer to their school, so I needed to at least let them know the time you have to wake up, the time you have to eat, the time you take to school, okay? So even when I'm not home and I call them, it's in the morning, are you done? And I'll be surprised that they were systematic on whatever I told them to do, okay? So management is a training that you have to drag along your children and your family. You wake up in the morning as a mother, you know you have to prepare breakfast for your family or your husband, and it is very critical. It depends. Now with the working situation now at home, most of the husbands take their breakfast to work, or sometimes they eat it at home. So you have to manage your husband in such a way that you have to know how to prioritize and make your husband comfortable by managing his time. In finances, I don't know whether you're talking about finances in the family, that you know that some homes every week the husband will give a chop money or something that you have to keep at home to at least make sure you are comfortable with the kids. And it is timely. You know you have this weekly or daily or monthly, and you need to plan accordingly as a woman in the house. So as a woman, planning is very, very critical here, Auntie Betty. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Let's come to our physical look. The looks how does it affect our looks? And for this, I'm throwing it to all my guests. Each and everyone will say something to me. How does poor time management affect our physical looks?
You know, when you don't manage your time well, you are unnecessarily stressed.
Okay.
In the sense that there's time to get up to go and work. You don't go to work at that time. That means that by the time you're supposed to close, you're not done with what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
So you need to spend some more time working. Sometimes people even carry work to the house. I'm not talking about people because of maybe the enormosity of the responsibility in the office. They have to take some home and all that. But I'm talking about people who don't, you know, manage their time, or they don't do what they're supposed to do at the right time. So you take work home, So instead of you to maybe sleep at 9 o'clock, you end up sleeping at 12.
Yes.
You have to wake up very early. Right from the onset, you're stressed out. You know, when you don't have enough rest, as Constance was saying, if you don't rest, you may even end up getting sick. And we know what stress leads to. I mean, it leads to several health issues. So that alone, and stress is so visible. You see someone, you meet someone on the street and you can tell that this person is really stressed out. And for our ladies, sometimes they have to spend some time to, touch their faces and all that. If you are not able to manage your time well, sometimes you are in trotro and you are in taxi going to work and you are, have to be putting powder on your face and all that. So it has a serious effect on your appearance.
Your physical look.
Yes.
Constant.
Then he was supposed to be talking about the men, and he decided to talk about the women.
So then you come back to
we will come back to
How
him.
does the men look like when they are not able to manage their time? So think about it. We'll come back
Thank you
to
very much, Auntie Betty. So he rightly nailed it. When you don't manage your time, well, stress is the major thing. And then your whole demeanor looks very inconsistent because you are trying to touch this, you are trying to get this done. There is so much on your mind, you are so distracted, you never get anything done and you look like a confused person.
Okay.
Usually when you find people who know how to manage their time well, they are relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
They are relaxed because from morning, they know what they are going to be doing between 6 and 9 a.m. Between 9, 10 and 12, they know what they are going to do and how much time they are going to use for their break time. Mm-hmm. If they would be doing lunch. And after lunch, they know when to stop lunch, get back to work, get work done, close it off, go home early and spend quality time with family. So when you don't manage your time well, you look so confused and nothing works for you in the day and it shows on you.
One of your hair will be here.
I tell you, all over the place.
You can put on left, right,
yes.
Brown shoe on the left and back on your...
Some socks, a man, you could be wearing one socks.
Yeah, different colors.
Oh, you knew that and you didn't talk about it.
Different colors, one people.
Exactly. Just because you did not manage your time well when you were trying to get yourself ready for work.
Okay, so Madam Lydia, I said I'm going to demand from all of you, when you don't manage your time well, what does your physical look like?
You become disorganized, especially in the home. If you have an appointment with your husband somewhere, and I know the husbands are quick at getting ready, but we women sometimes we take forever to dress up. Then it starts from there. Hey, we are being late. We are being late. I mean, what are you doing? Even with that stress, it makes you so disorganized. And by the time you come out, as Danny said, then you sit in the car and you start to powder your face and try to do a lot of things. So time management is very, very critical in a relationship too, so that you don't become disorganized. When you are able to have control over your time, you have some self-esteem. You know that I was supposed to be at this appointment at 8. I made it at 7:30, and it's good. Okay, I learned time management a lot from my dad. You invite my dad to a party at 6 o'clock, 5:30, and he's there. And I asked him, are you going to arrange the seat for visitors? He will never, ever be late. Okay, so if you have an appointment at 6, by 4, he's there. He doesn't want to be late. And it makes him very, very organized and relaxed. So we should try as much as possible to be organized in setting our time management in the good perspective. And I think it will be well with us. We'll be very happy. We'll be focused. We'll have self-esteem. We wouldn't have any strained relationship going forward. Yeah.
I want to take all of you by surprise with this question, and I demand answers from all of you. Do you think poor time management in our homes affects our country?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So in what ways?
I thought Constance was that.
Oh, yes. So I was just thinking about this. Why is it that when we travel abroad, and we know the train leaves at this time, we make sure we are there. But we come back to our country, Ghana, and we want to take our time, and we wish even at the airport, the airplane would wait for us. How many times do you travel abroad and you would hear them announcing so much, the number of times that they announce people's names at Kotoka International Airport? So we need to do better as a country. We need to really make use of our time and prioritize and do things on time. If we all take it serious, if you leave to the workplace early and everybody does same, you would have proper time management culture in the workplace. Going to church, if I get up early and I know that today is Sabbath, I need to be at church at this time, and I am a culprit of this situation. If you don't get there on time and everybody decide not to also get there on time, how do we start on time and close on time? And you would find out that the people who don't come to church early are those who want to leave so early. And we need to change that culture that we have as people and as a country. Other than that, we would never move forward. And that is why we are so laid back in a lot of things. Because we said we're going to do X, Y, Z as a country, build I don't want to even go there. Build railways, do this, do that. And time has gone. One thing that we never get back is time. You started this program on time at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. today, 1st April 2021, we are never going to get it back again. If there was something that we're supposed to do at that time and we did not do, we don't have the opportunity to do it. It is gone, just like our words, and we can never take them back.
So we will go for a short break and come back. When we come back, what I want you to tell me, are you saying that families have contributed to the economy of the country because we are not planning our time well? We'll be right back. My dear viewer, we are going for a short break. We'll be right back. When we come, I have a lot of things for them to tell me, because we don't see the reason why we have 24 hours. And at the end of the day, we feel like we could have been given 72 hours for a day before we can complete the work that we are supposed to do. So don't go away. We'll be right back. When we come back, you can still send in your WhatsApp messages.
Afiba kunya training a COVID-19 and as a coronavirus etiate say ewo wiase afana nyina enipa bebre na ahwere wonkwa afa ye bana mayosem nso a ewiase nyina edeja sanso na to wenchema hodo nso ekoso enkyerkyere bone ene atro enkyerkyere nso so agi wiase nyina boso wei asekyere ne sen na yeda achekura be wie sen ne ewie ye mremu ene ye wei ana minim sesam sembisa nyina ra ekoso ewo utim na sede be ye na obetimi nya muaye pa ama sansem Saint Mr. Fidie no at Hope TV Ghana. Abra yahye dwumadie a yato ne din se enkom hye fa awieye bremu ne besisi ho. Nyame yadoma abosome enan ne dato so enan kosi eye nudu so ene ye de sa dwumadie yi ebrewo. Enwoma hodo a ye beka ho asem abi eye nokware a efa abofo miensa enkransem no ene Yesu maye toso mienu no ho. Afei nokware asem a efa nhwehwemu atemu eho. The National Sunday Law emra a ye di so amakwasi adasom ena afei the mark of the beast ohoni nu eginaye owoso ensu atwato ena afei ohawo ahodo enson no asofo a wonom eboa ameyetimi de sa dwumadie yi abrewo ama wonkyeremu mapano eye Pastor Dr. Daniel Day, Professor Daniel Bediako, Professor Robert Osaibonsu, Pastor Daniel Beche, Pastor Dr. Lame ena afei Pastor Ernest Kusi Wache ya wotne dwemu edi hu chiameno eye Pastor Isaac Appel and afei Pastor Ernest Kusi Wache enwumre no nwotwe pepepe for afidie no atu Hope TV na bomodin so betimi etie we ye de betimi aboawo esiesie wo ama wieye mre and afei Yesu maya etoso mienu nyame tral.
Welcome, my dear viewer, for staying with us. Just as I said, when we're discussing about time management, how family contributes to the economy of the country or the proper management of the country in terms of the way we manage our time in the house. My dear, lovely guests are here to support us to understand the role we play in developing a country as families. And so I'm here with Daniel Tufor, a CEO of ESLA Health Programs. I have Mrs. Constance Boachi Ejapon, also here, a banker, a human resource manager, and a mental health activist. And then Madam Lydia Asaribe-Diakon, a banker, also on Zoom, joining us. As you know, my name usually is Mrs. Betty Adon. We are discussing time management, and we'll go on straight. You can send in your WhatsApp messages to the WhatsApp line that is being streamlined over here. You can text us on 055-96-80066. 055-96-80066. If you are using the WhatsApp, if you are on Facebook, you can also send us your message through Facebook, and we'll really read it for you. If you're also joining us through the YouTube, you can send us your comments or your suggestions on the YouTube. We will read it for everybody to hear. We want to interact with you, so get to us and we'll reach out to you. Yes, so we'll go to Madam Lydia on the Zoom. How do families contribute to the building of the nation in terms of time management?
Okay, I would say that the family embodies the whole nation, because we also contribute, and you are supposed to get to work at 8 o'clock. To contribute your quota in building of the nation, you have to make sure that you are on time. I find it sometimes very, very funny when management had to put a book on the table for people to log in the time they come in. It makes us irresponsible. And as it was discussed there, every time we have the government coming in to read the budget, to give us the plans for the year, for the whole nation, and it drills down to all of us as a family. So if we need to have a very good nation, we need to all contribute our quota in whatever aspect of life we have at a small corner. Even if you sell plantain at the corner of the road, yes, if you don't get there by 6 o'clock for somebody to buy, for you to get revenue to support your family. And also in the market, I know that the government, we have this small taxes that we collect. For you to support the nation, it wouldn't go well with us all. So in our small way, in our small bits, we all have to contribute effectively by controlling our time well, efficiently, to contribute to make this nation a very good one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, you want to add?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I would like to say is that, you know, there is this popular adage that we normally use. They say charity begins at home. Let's ask ourselves this question: who are the people who manage the country? Are they not the fathers you know? Are they not the mothers you know?
Yes.
So if you don't have responsible fathers and mothers, do you expect to have responsible leaders? It is just, I mean, it's not cut on, someone would say it's not, it is not something difficult. It is just so simple and straightforward that you can't give what you have not.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have discipline whilst at home. You don't expect to give discipline when you are in charge of a ministry or an office, a CEO or something. Even in the Seventh-day Adventist church, he who is not able to manage his home is not supposed to be given a responsibility in church.
Yes, yes, that is what the Bible is saying.
Exactly.
Very
and we the Seventh-day Adventists uphold to it.
Yes.
So, I mean, you don't expect to have responsible leaders when you don't have them being responsible parents or responsible family people. So it is that simple. So if you are not able to manage your home well, you don't expect so much. And it's so obvious in the way we do our things, like Auntie Lydia and Co were saying. We will come and read beautiful budgets, and I mean, you say we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. Many of the things are not done as a result of our lack of discipline.
Okay.
And it's because it's coming from home. We are not disciplined at home. So when they come to work, it's the same attitude they bring to the workplace. I mean, a whole lot. So it is that simple. Whatever is happening at home is the same thing
that is happening in
the workplace, the community, the government sector, and what have you. People who are disciplined, when you give, I mean, at home, when they are given work to execute at the national level or at a corporate level, they deliver.
Then I'm just shifting to come this way. It means that even if we want to know good leaders, we should go back to their home, how they manage themselves.
Exactly. You know, even in some of the services, military and other, some of the BNI, those top security jobs, sometimes they go to even your hometown, how you were brought up, the people you even played with or grew with. They go to ask, they find out about how decent you were, how disciplined you were. And so if you really want to be serious to develop our nation, we have to, don't just have to focus on the rhetorics. We'll come and stand on the platform and say all sort of things, then we sway. Go back to their homes. Let's know how they are managing their homes. Then you can entrust the whole nation in their hands. Just a small compound. A small compound. Few meters, you know, home. You can't manage it. And you want to be successful as a leader of this big country, 30 million plus people. It is not it. It doesn't work like that.
Connie, you want to say something? No. Okay, so let's come in. Our image, not women alone, but let's pick women, our image in terms of time management. If we are not able to manage our time very well, what image does it create for us?
Okay, so let me take it from the perspective of successful people and successful women, to focus on your question. So to be successful, some of the things that you would find particular with successful women is that they have a plan, like we have already said. Because it is said that if you don't have a plan, your calendar would control you.
Yes.
That is when you just get up and then whatever comes your way, you do it. And that is so wrong. And apart from having a plan for your life and for your day and your week and your month and your year, you should also set some boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, everything can come in and just control your life, because we are in this digital age where the least thing, there is something on your phone distracting you here and there. You should have time for every detail of your life, and that is how you can keep it organized. That is how you can maintain it going well for the day. And then at the end of the day, if there is something that you need to achieve for yourself, for your workplace and for your family, you will be able to do it. Then also we need to learn how to batch some of the things that we do.
Yes.
Sometimes you can multitask a lot of details. Instead of doing them one, you are, let's say you are at home, you are cooking, you are preparing rice and stew. You could be having the rice cooking whilst you also do the stew. But if you say you are going to finish doing one before you start another, know that it is time that you are losing.
Yes.
So we need to learn how to batch up some of the things that we do. Batching it up, another side of it also means we need to know how to categorize the things that we do. If it is about family time, okay, so with this family time that I am making in my schedule for the day, let me make sure that the children's homework is done. Let me make sure that I give some loving to my husband, to my wife, to my children, to the rest of my family. Let me know that on Sunday mornings, the first thing I want to do is to call my extended family and check on everybody. If you have it all planned out like that, a lot of things don't just pop in to disrupt your day. So let's take key that if you do not plan your life, you will have a calendar controlling you and you will just be doing things ad hocly.
Okay, very good. Yes. the image. Let's go to Madam Lydia on Zoom. If we are not able to plan our time well, what image do we have? How does it affect our image in everywhere of our life, in all aspects of our life, society, home, work, everywhere?
Okay. As a woman, I would say you need to plan and plan well. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're able to have your to-do list for the day, mm-hmm. to-do list for the month, for the year. I know every woman, beginning of every year, most of us set targets for ourselves that I would want to achieve A, B, C, D before the year end. Some of them want to go to school, upgrade themselves, and also have set targets for the family, the kids. Some may be going to school. What plans do you have for them with your husband? All this needs to be planned. So if these things are done well, you will see that you would have an inward satisfaction even in you. And you would find out that things are going on so well smoothly that you are not stressed up. So as a career woman, we have to also be very critical, not to focus on just our jobs, and leave the home behind. Because we can set examples of a lot of career women who have broken homes. Why? Because we left a lot of things hanging in there that we're focusing on our career and not taking care of the home. So we need to balance these things that make sure as you are pursuing your career, you are also taking very, very good care of the home. And we are most successful women are able to blend these two nicely, which we can learn a lot from them. We shouldn't make our husband things that, or our kids think that we are neglecting them and focusing on something else. Likewise, at work, we shouldn't make it look like we are the only people that have kids or husbands that every time my husband say, I have to take care of my kids, I have to do this. No, we have to blend the two. And when that is done, you would have an innermost satisfaction and you really see that everything is going well with you and you will not be stressed out.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. I just want to go to our WhatsApp messages and then the Facebook to read some of the comments we are having here. And I want to tell you, my dear, but there is this constant man. I call him Constant Man. He is a doctor and he makes sure every Thursday she gives us a message. And so today he brings his message to us from Elder Dr. J.B. Fojo of Penkwasi SDA Church. Elder, how are you? We are grateful for always having time on for us every Thursday. So he's saying that what a wonderful day, wonderful time, and wonderful panelists to discuss time management. A very important topic. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you and help you to help his people. So that is the message our doctor is giving to all my wonderful panelists. We are grateful to you. And then we have Emmanuel Oklo. He's saying that I'm most glad with the education, time management. God bless you all. And then we have some on our Facebook page. I just want to read it so that our viewers will know that, yes, they are. He's saying that, hello, great to meet you once again. Great to meet you too. We always thank you for always making time. Every day you are with us. Is it a Siama? We are grateful to you. So these are the few messages we've gotten from our dear viewers, and they are really happy to interact with you once again. So thank you. Now let's go to our discussion. Still on our image, we have spoken about our image. Do we need to add some? For instance, you go to work, your new job, and all that they see you is always being late. What kind of image are you creating for? How does it affect you really in your workplace? Always coming to work late.
Generally, people who don't keep their time are not taken serious. Generally, everywhere, church, work, family, I mean, just even going for social programs and all that. People easily write you off when it comes to, you know, giving you maybe responsibilities that requires that you keep a good time. So, and as a human being, one painful thing is not to be taken serious. If you know that people don't take you serious, it can be very depressing. So that alone is image draining. It affects your image hugely. So it's important that we try to keep our time. We try to manage our time well. And when you manage your time well, I mean, that alone can attract some kind of respect and regard to you.
Okay.
So that's what I can say about the image.
Okay. Constance.
So I'd like to chip in a little to add to what Danny just said. So one advice that I'll give our audience in relation to what Danny is saying is that when you are, say, looking for a job, if you are unemployed and somebody wants you to just come sit by them and chat or help them out with something, at the time that you are unemployed, what you should prioritize is searching for a job.
Yes.
So if you don't have anything doing, you should be searching for a job and not just giving that time to somebody if it doesn't bring you back anything. And this, I am speaking from putting my HR cap on. Yes. So we need to really free our time for the things that are important to us.
So you just can't say, I don't have anything to do in life, so
No.
let me just go and sit by somebody and chat.
No.
There is
If you
nothing
don't
like
have
that.
anything to do, then you should be doing something to occupy that time. And if whatever you are going to do, like sitting by somebody to chat, let's say I have a sister who wants me to babysit her child because I am unemployed. At that time, what I'm supposed to be using my time for is maybe upgrading my CV. And talking about upgrading my CV, these are some of the things that we need to spend critical time on. Because, for instance, if you pick up a CV and you look at the first 20% of it, it's just like the Pareto principle.
Yes.
When whatever you put, 20% of your input actually gives you 80% of your output or your result for whatever you are doing in this life. Check it. You give your best 20 in your marriage and you find it so fulfilling, in about 80% fulfilling. You go to the workplace, the first few hours, we do understand that some people are nocturnal people and they are more active when it is getting to the closer parts of the day. But if your work is such that you start work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, the best part of the day for you, be consistent, give it your best and see how much results you get. But if you do not manage your time well and you're lazy about it, then you lose out on your 20%. And so instead of putting in 20% to get the value of 80%, you would rather have to put in about 80% effort. And when you are putting in 80% effort, trust me, you'll be getting 20.
Okay.
So we need to really manage our time and be conscious of whatever we are using our time for in every aspect of our lives.
So there is no way that we can say, I don't have anything to do in life. You have to spend time on something.
Get something.
Leisure is even an activity.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have to be conscious to have a leisure. So sometimes people just spending time to do something that, I mean, in the category of leisure, they feel or they think is doing nothing. Sometimes you can just wake up and you just be lying in bed. You are not idle. You may be, a lot of things may be going through your mind. So that alone is an activity. So there shouldn't be an instance where you have nothing doing. You are not having a thought about anything. You are not spending time to watch a program. You are not, I mean, listening to some music. You are not, you know, these things like listening to music, watching entertainment stuff and all that, it edifies your system and it even distresses you.
And even every morning you have to know exactly what you are supposed to do.
Exactly.
We just wake up in the morning, we take our phones straight to social media.
Social media. And all that. So we start the day so poorly.
Yes.
So you end up not accomplishing much.
Anything. Okay. So we have our friends also online. He's saying that I'm Matthew from Takrade. We do misuse our time in doing right things, time not at the right time. We don't do right time things at the right time. Okay. Good evening, Hope TV. It's because of improper time managing. That is why Ghanaians, we cannot develop our country unless we change from that attitude. Emmanuel Inti from Brekum. Thank you so much for your lovely messages and your contribution. Now let's wrap up our discussion. And we want to wrap it up by concentrating on families. How do we, let's give our a little advice, very short one, to our families. How can we manage our time well in order to get the 80% output that Pareto principle was given? So short, then we end it with Madam Lydia on Zoom, beginning from you.
Okay, so I would say,
short message to your friends.
Yeah, I would say that in the family, everyone, father, mother, children, should be responsible at home. You don't push all the responsibility to one side. I mean, the fact that we have people believe in gender roles, which is actually not the best. That the woman should just be taking care of the kids. So some women wake up in the morning and they are stressed up already. They'll be bathing about 3 children. They'll be preparing breakfast for the children, preparing for them for the school, and daddy will just be listening to news or some political show and be getting ready to go to work. We all have to take responsibility. We all have to take a part of the work. It doesn't reduce your leader as the head of the home.
Yes.
It actually improves the home and it progresses the family.
Okay.
So we all have to take part of the responsibilities so that at the end of the day we can all achieve together.
Okay. A second.
Thank you. So I would say that everybody needs to find their best time.
Good.
Not everybody can jump out of bed and start getting things done. But if you know that your best time is mornings, give your mornings the best input so that you can get the best output. If you are a nocturnal person and you are more active towards the later part of the day, at that time, focus on what you do best and get value for your time.
Thank you. Madam Lydia, your last word to your viewers.
I would say time is like a stream. It just flows away if you don't catch up with it. So we need to use our time judiciously to improve our lives, to improve our families and the whole nation as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we are ending on the note of Matthew, who is joining us on Facebook. Martha Owusu is saying that managing your time well helps to achieve your targets. God bless you. And God bless you too. My dear lovely viewers, thank you for staying with us. Today we discussed time management. And those who helped us to go through this topic, my wonderful guests, they are Mr. Daniel Tufor, CEO of Esla Group. And then we have our usual Mrs. Constance Boachi Ejapon, a mental health activist, a banker, and then HR practitioner. And then Mrs. Bediakon Asari, Lydia. She is also a banker. I'm your usual Mrs. Betty Adom. Thank you so much and God bless you. We wish you a very happy month. Today being the first day of the month April, we want to offer a prayer to all families before we leave you so that God will take care of us, keep us safe for this month too, and let us enjoy the fruit of our labor this month. So shall we all pray before we leave? Eternal Father, we thank you for ushering us into another month. We are so grateful that your banner over us has been love. As you took us through March, we know you will take us through April. Continue to be with all our lovely viewers so that they will also enjoy your love and your peace and will be able to manage our time well as you are coming. So we'll prepare all souls for you. Eternally, we will enjoy your peace, your love. Thank you for taking care of us and thank you for taking care of Hope TV. May your grace, may your love see us through April in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Until then, my dear family.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.